Survivor Second Chance. The first one, what a great showing. But I think everyone knows it's time for Survivor Second Chance 2. There's rumors about it. People want it. The fans want another reunion show vote where we see who gets in. And here it is. I give you Survivor Second Chance 2. I've really been looking forward to this video, and I've been excited to make it and make the cast. No one else probably is excited because no one watches my videos. That kind of sucks, but whatever. I'm still going to make it anyway, and hopefully the Survivor community sees this and, shares it with everyone. But this isn't a pity party for me. Let's get into Survivor Second Chance 2. Okay, so if you guys can remember, all the way back at the Season 30 reunion show, Survivor Worlds Apart, they had the Second Chance cast reveal. This is where there was 32 people, and Jeff would go across the stage and across the floor and pick 20 of them. The fans would have a vote, and those 20 would be in the game, and there was 12 that were obviously left out. And it was very entertaining to watch, so that's why for Second Chance 2 it needs to come back, and I'm bringing it back. Not to mention, I will also be listing 32 players, not 20, 32, and whoever watches this, you guys can comment 20 people you want. I just give 32 how Survivor would give it, and then the fans vote on who they want. So I will give 16 men, 16 women who've played once, and this is their second chance. Alright, enough with my rambling. Let's get into it, guys. Now, this was a very, very hard list to make. I have 32 names here, but, I had initially around 50, and I had to cut down 45 to 50. And man, oh man, when there was around 40 people and I had to cut a few more, 8 more, it was very tough for both the ladies and the men. But that's what you got to do, and we have our list. So to start off first, we start off with the women. So for Island of the Idols, there was a lot of options actually I was considering, but I didn't want too many, especially one gender from one cast. So I narrowed it down to actually 2 players. We have Lauren and Elaine. 2 great characters on the show. Lauren could have definitely won, and Elaine was a fan favorite. So I thought it was, a good pick to bring back. We also have players like Kelly, who a lot of people want back, Elaine, but I narrowed it down to 2. As I said, the list was very hard to make. So Elaine and Lauren from Island of the Idols. Then we got from Season 38, Lauren O'Connell. And there was a lot of options here. On the women's side, we got Victoria, Aurora, Reem, but I just decided to go with Lauren as she's kind of a fan favorite. She was in a very tight alliance with Kelly Wentworth. So I decided, you know what, we'll put her in the pool. I don't know if she would get picked or not, but we'll put her in the pool. Then from Survivor, David vs. Goliath, a great season. There was a lot of good options here. I decided to only pick one female, which is, of course, Angelina. It has to be a great character. And I think a lot of people want to see her back and see what she could do. So yeah, she is my 4th player heading into the one of the 16. Next, we got Chrissy from Survivor 35, Heroes vs. Healers vs. Hustlers. And a lot of people think she obviously should have won without the twist at the end and all the idols. And she was a good character. She turned from hero to villain, ironically. But yeah, I think we should have her back, so she is my 5th player heading into the 16 picks. Then we go to Survivor 32, Kaoh Rong, and we have Sydney. She was an okay character, I thought, but a lot of people want her on Second Chance, so I decided to put her in the pool here. So yeah, Sydney is my 6th player. From Survivor Worlds Apart, we got Carolyn. A lot of people think she should have been there instead of Shireen, including me. I thought she should have been there on the first Second Chance, and she actually wants to play again, and I think this is the chance. She's getting older, so I think she should be on this cast for sure. And yeah, now let's move on. Now from Survivor Blood vs. Water 2, we actually have 2 different ladies, Jacqueline and the sister of Natalie, Nadia. Now, Nadia was kind of a toss-up for me, considering, there could be a lot of people that are related to other winners who could have a second chance, but I didn't pick them. And a second chance for a person that, their family member has already won the million, and got in second place in another season is, I don't know. I don't know if she should get picked, but I just added her in because I think it would be cool to see her on the show again. Although she could really fit a season in the future where they do all first boots, then she should definitely be on there. And then we go to Jacqueline. I think she was actually a pretty good character. She obviously got outshined by Natalie, but we'll see what she does this time if she makes it on the show. All up to you guys, the fans. Then we got Trish from Survivor Season 28, Cagayan, and I don't know how she is not being casted yet. We've had Sarah, we've had obviously Tony back, we've had Spencer, Cass, Tasha, but we haven't had Trish. Oh, we've had Wu back as well, but we haven't had Trish back. I think she should come back for sure. Great player. She helped Tony a lot to win the game, and now look where he's at, one of the greatest. So I think she should definitely come back. She has one of the best jury speeches, and yeah, big fan of her. Next, we got from Survivor Philippines, we got RC, a great character, and a lot of people know for her altercation with Abby, and they still kind of got beef, but RC really doesn't want to play with her, so let's just see how she plays without her. And yeah, she can be in the pool of players. I don't know if she would get picked, but I think she's worthy enough to be in the pool of players of 16 women. Next, we got Alicia from Survivor One World. And I thought she was a good character, if you guys seen her Ponderosa video with Kat and all that stuff. But a lot of people want Sabrina back instead of Alicia if there were to be a woman or a man even from One World who had a second chance. I was considering Sabrina, but I just remember Alicia being more memorable, which is why she gets in the pool of these 16. Next, we got Taj from Survivor Tocantins. Great season, and a lot of people I think want her back. I think she was a good character, and a memorable moment with the family visit. And yeah, I think she'd be a great character to have back. I don't know if she wants to come back, but for this video, she can be in the pool of 16 women to potentially get picked. Next, we got Natalie Bolton from Survivor Fans vs. Favorites Micronesia, and she, as a lot of you guys know, is in a great female alliance in that iconic moment of Eric giving up his idol. And she's a great player. I think she wants to come back, and she definitely should. She's older now. And yeah, I think she'd make for a great second chance. And to finish off the next two, we are going old school. First, we got T-Bird from Survivor Africa. She was a great player. She was a good player. She was nominated for second chance. The original second chance, and she didn't get on, and a lot of people wanted her on, so now's the chance. And to finish it off, we got Colleen from the original Survivor season, Borneo. I have no idea if she wants to come back, but a lot of people want her back for a second chance, and she was a big part of the first season alongside some other notable names. But yeah, she will round off the women's side. Now let's get on to the men's. Alright, so now let's move on to the men. 16 men in this pool, or in this bracket, whatever you want to call it. 10 will be chosen by you, the fans. But as I said, my job here is to provide just the 16 players. So let's get into it. Alright, starting off, we got none other than Rick Devens. Technically, this is actually going to be his third chance, as he did get voted off in Edge of Extinction, but then went to the Edge of Extinction, came back and got voted off again, or lost in the fire making challenge, however you want to put it. So this is technically his third shot, but this is his second game to play, so we'll get him in there. He's a fan favorite. He played a great game, very entertaining game, so I think no doubt he should be on the pool at least to be considered. And yeah, let's move on to the next. From Survivor David vs. Goliath, we got none other than Christian. He was a great character, very smart player, very entertaining character and player, and yeah, he could make it far. He made it far last time. We'll see how he does this time if he made it on the show. And there's a lot more people I could have considered, but they just barely didn't make the cut, aka Davey, Carl, Dan, And on the women's side, Kara, Allison. But great cast. But I can't give all of them the shot, so it goes to Christian. Next up, we got Dominic from Survivor Ghost Island. The runner-up lost by 1 vote, as a lot of you know. And I think he's a no-brainer for a second chance. Probably out of this whole list, the most likely to be considered, as a ballot for the pool or whatever you want to call it, as he is the definition of second chance. He lost by 1 vote. This is his chance to get that extra vote to win the $1 million. And yeah, once again, great strategic player, fun to watch, and yeah, let's move on. Next up, from Millennials versus Gen X, Season 33 of Survivor, we got Jay. And I actually really like Jay. I thought he was a really fun person to watch. I didn't like him at the beginning, when he was stealing food and stuff. But his crazy blindside over Michaela was great to see. His reaction was intense. And yeah, he was a great player. He made it to the final 6 where he got voted out by a fake idol. And yeah, fun player. He's on a lot of other shows, so I think he would be down to come back. We don't know, but yeah, I'm putting him in the bracket of 16. And let's move on to the next player. The next player might surprise a bit of people, but I actually have Jason from Survivor Ko Wrong. I thought he was actually a very entertaining person alongside Scott, as they were a dynamic duo, the villains of the game, and he shook it up a lot. And I think I would love to see him on a season like this, no doubt. Alright, next up, we also got a guy similar to Jason in just how they were perceived on the show. From Survivor 30 Worlds Apart, we got Rodney. A great character, very fun to watch. He could have won. We don't know. He could have won if he won the fire making challenge. And, before this video, I thought that he didn't want to come back at all. Did some research through some comments on Instagram, seeing what he was saying, stuff like that. And he turns out he actually does. He would be up for it. So yeah, I considered putting him here, and I eventually did, as a lot of people enjoyed seeing him on the show, so why not a second time? Alright, next up, we got 2 men from Season 28, Cagayan. Cagayan's a great season, man. A lot of players coming out from that season. You guys already see me say Trish for the women, and now 2 men here. We got LJ. Now, LJ, I think he's a no-brainer to come back, but I have been hearing rumors that it just won't happen. I'm not sure why. Nothing has came up. I've just heard rumors. So just for my sake, he has to be on this list because great player, taken out by Tony because he was a huge threat, so that's saying something. And yeah. Next up, we got Garrett, also from Season 28, voted out very early, I believe 2nd. And I think he deserves a second chance because he seems like a great player. Jeff actually, in the preseason cast assessment, thought he would go very far and potentially win. Turns out, he just made dumb mistakes and got voted out. So perfect shot for a second chance. We got Garrett and LJ. Another no-brainer here, we got Hayden from Survivor Blood vs. Water, Season 27. Great player, and a lot of previous contestants speak highly of him. As they say, he's very strategic. He's played Big Brother, and now he played great on Survivor, and I think he really deserves a second chance. He's not with Kat, as it was a Blood vs. Water season, so he's with the loved one. See how he does by himself. See the connections he makes. And I think, this would be a type of player where the fans would vote in for sure. So yeah, Hayden for Survivor Second Chance 2. Next up, we got Reynold and Eddie from Survivor Caramoan, fans versus favorites. Them alongside Malcolm were the cool boy trio. Everyone liked them, including me. And Malcolm has already played multiple times, so why not give these 2 another shot at it for a second time? And very fun to watch. Good players, I believe. And I think at least one of them would get voted in for sure by the fans. So yeah, let's move on. Next up may definitely surprise some people. From Survivor Nicaragua, can anyone guess? I know it's not very memorable, but still, no, not Marty. I was very heavily considering Marty over this guy that I'm about to say. It is Sash, who came up short, got third place, made it to final tribal, but didn't receive any votes. Now, the reason I picked Sash is because Marty is on a lot of people's, some people do want him on second chance too, and I said, you know what, I'll change it up. I actually recently watched Nicaragua for the first time. Not too recent, but it was one of my latest seasons. And yeah, he wasn't very entertaining. He was alright, but he had control. He lied, and the jury just hated him. So I'd want to see how he'd do in front of maybe a less bitter jury compared to Nicaragua, and just see what happens there, because I thought he was a good player. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know if he'd get voted in though, so that's the thing. But whatever. He's in the pool for me. Next up from Survivor Gabon, we got Kenny. And a lot of people might not remember him, but I think he was a great character. He was good on the show. And, if you guys have watched Russell Hantz's 100 Greatest Players series, people have talked highly of him, like Corinne and like Bob. So I think he could be in the pool for coming back and returning, but I just don't know if people would vote for him. But anyway, he is still in for me. Next up from Survivor Fiji, we got Dreams. Great player. I really like the dude. He just came up short against Earl. He made it to the final tribal, but he did not win. Although he's a great player and he's really memorable as, being a part of that truck deal with Yao Man. If you guys haven't heard, basically Yao Man won this reward that would get him a truck, but he made a deal with Dream saying, I'll give you the truck because you need it, but in return you have to keep me safe until the final 3. Something along those lines. Or he would not vote for him in the final 5 or 4. Something along those lines. And Dreams accepted, and then backstab Yao Man, and the jury did not take that lightly, and now we're here. So I think give him a second chance. Definitely he should be there. Alright, we're getting into the final 2 here. We got none other than Shane Powers from Survivor Panama. He just came up short in the running last year, and he actually was sitting next to Jeremy, where Jeff said, one of you will make it, one of you will not. Just imagine Shane won. The course of history would have been changed. But anyway, I definitely think he should be there. He actually, unfortunately, got COVID, he has said on a Facebook post, but he will probably recover, hopefully, and he'll be good for a second chance. No brainer in my mind. Alright, to finish off the casting, we got all the way from season 1, another season 1, along with Colleen, we got, of course, it has to be Greg. Very funny character to open the season. He had his imaginary phone thing, whatever that was, and we would see how he would react with a totally new season, new time, all that. And I think it would be fun to watch to see him and Colleen reunite. So yeah, I think it's no-brainer here, and I don't know if fans would vote for him or not. Kind of 50-50, as a lot of fans would appreciate him being in season 1, but then a lot of fans are, got the recency bias. So, whatever happens, but he's in the pool for me. Alright guys, well, that's been it. 32 players I've listed. Now, please guys, just watch this video and comment your 20 players. Share this with your Survivor friends. Share this with anyone. Just do whatever you gotta do and let your voice be heard. If you think I'm way off, tell me. Hopefully we can get to Jeff Probst one day in CBS and they can listen to us fans and give us what we want. They gave us a winter season, so they can give us a really good second chance 2 season. And yeah guys, thanks for watching. Peace out.